Yo, it's your boy RJ, and welcome to another video on the channel. And today, we're going to be doing a tradition that we've been doing for the past 2 years, which is doing an NBA predictions, which is basically whenever I try to predict what's going to happen on draft night, which is tomorrow, so I'm very excited for that. But what I do is I just think to myself and think, what do I think that this team is going to pick? What do I think is in this team's mindset? What have I heard online? So what I just did is I just came up with little predictions on this app that I use called Mockout. It's good for both NFL and NBA, and this is not sponsored because I'm not good enough to have a sponsor. But they're really cool apps, so you should check that out if you want to do like a mock draft of yourself between now and the draft, which is in like less than 24 hours, I think. Like less than 48 hours right from now. But anyways, let's go ahead and get right into this. Alright guys, so with the first pick, I bet everybody has this in their mock draft or predictions, whatever. DeAndre Ayton to the Phoenix Suns. This is the most reasonable pick because he's probably the best player in the draft. And then at number 2, I think the Sacramento Kings will keep their pick and choose Luka Doncic from Slovenia. I'm pretty sure that's where he's from. That's what I've heard. And then Atlanta at number 3, I think they're going to take Mohamed Bamba, probably because he's like super tall and they need a big man desperately because they pretty much lost their entire team last offseason, so oof. And the guy who I mean, they could take Marvin Bagley at 3, but I think that they'll take Mo Bamba now. That's basically it. So that leaves Memphis at number 4 with Marvin Bagley. Honestly, I think he's the number 2 prospect in this draft. I probably would have even had the Kings taking him if this was a mock draft. But this is my prediction, so I think that he'll slip down to number 4 to the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, I've heard a lot about this for the number 5 pick. A lot of trading rumors with the Boston Celtics and all that stuff. I think that's not going to happen because I think they're going to keep their pick and choose Michael Porter Jr. now that Mo Bamba is no longer on the list of players available. And then Orlando, I've heard this a lot, and I think this might actually happen because they need a point guard. So I think Orlando will take Trae Young from Oklahoma. And then Chicago really lucking into a good player here, Jaren Jackson Jr. at number 7. I think because, well, now they have Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, Denzel Valentine, Larry Markkinen, and now Jaren Jackson Jr. A young lineup that I think will continue to develop. And if Michael Porter Jr. was there, I think that they would take them, but I think he's going to go earlier because a lot of people were like overrating him. So yeah, hopefully Michael Porter Jr. can prove that wrong, but who knows. And then at number 8, my Cleveland Cavaliers, who just got swept in the NBA Finals. Because of the Kyrie Irving trade, they still have this number 8 pick. And I think that they would take Colin Sexton from Alabama. And I was able to watch him actually play in the final... No, what am I talking about? Not the Final Four. In the round of 32 when they got eliminated by Villanova because they came to Pittsburgh, and I filmed a vlog about him and everything. And I got to see him play, and it was really cool watching him play. And I also got to see Marvin Bagley and another Duke player that I'll be mentioning in just a second. But yeah, it was really cool watching them, and I was able to see like what their game was all about. It was pretty cool, and I think that Colin Sexton would be actually a great fit for Cleveland, like an athletic point guard that can go to the paint and score and shoot. I think they need someone like that, so I think that they should take Colin Sexton at the number 8 overall pick. Next up is the New York Knicks. Now, there's a lot of good options still here. Mikal Bridges, who I also got to see play because they played Alabama, played Villanova that game. And Wendell Carter Jr. from Duke, who I said I was going to mention and I just mentioned now. But there's a lot of speculation that the New York Knicks are going to take Kevin Knox, and I think that's going to happen. That's just a New York Knicks type thing. Like, New York Knicks are not going to take the best player available. They're going to take a guy that's not the best, but not the worst, and then just confuse us all. And that actually screwed up my predictions last year. I had the first 7 picks right, and then the New York Knicks were up and they took Frank Ntilikina instead of Malik Monk and Dennis Smith Jr. and basically screwed up the rest of my predictions. So yeah, because I don't want to screw my predictions, I'm going to go with what the internet says and take Kevin Knox going number 9 to the Knicks. And then at number 10, because the 76ers need a shooting guard, because that's pretty much their only need, and they're not able to get Doncic, and I don't think they're going to try and trade up for him. I think they'll just stick with their number 10 pick and take Mikal Bridges. I mean, Villanova is in Philly, and I think the fans will like this pick because it fits their needs and it gives them a hometown college player. So, yeah, it's a pretty good fit. And also, Mikal Bridges, whenever I watch him play, he's a really good shooter. That's pretty much it, because he made a crap ton of threes the game that I went to go see. And I think that the 76ers really need someone that can actually shoot the ball, like from 3-point range. Because I know Markelle Fultz's jump shot is like broke. Ben Simmons can't shoot for crap, and Joel Embiid like just can't shoot at all, man. I'm sorry. And then Dario Saric, I don't even know if he can shoot, but I think this will be a good pick for them. And then at number 11, Charlotte Hornets. I think they will take Wendell Carter Jr. from Duke. Very good pick here. I mean, someone that can learn a lot from Dwight Howard. Maybe start with them. So then they'll have like what? They'll have Kemba Walker, Malik Monk, Nick Batum, or Michael Kidd-Gilchrist at the 3, and then they got Wendell Carter Jr. and Dwight Howard. It's not that bad of a starting lineup, but I don't think they'll probably make like a 9 or 10 seed with this team. And then the LA Clippers, because of the Blake Griffin trade, they get the Detroit Pistons pick, and now they have 2 picks in a row. So I think they'll take at number 12 Miles Bridges from Michigan State, and then at number 13 Robert Williams from Texas A&M. I think these are 2 good picks. And then if they keep DeAndre Jordan, and along with Patrick Beverly and Tobias Harris, this team won't be that bad. Maybe they could sneak in an 8 seed, but I don't know, because the West Conference is really tough. So I think if they just keep getting these young players like they are, I think they'll be in a good spot 2 to 3 years now. But it's the Clippers curse, man. You don't know what's gonna happen with these 2 players, but who knows. And then at number 14, I think the Denver Nuggets will take Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, point guard from Kentucky. I haven't really watched his game a lot. I just found out about him. I knew who he was. It's just I haven't really watched him or seen him play, but he's one of the top ranked point guards in this draft class. And because there's Emmanuel Mudiay, I don't know. They might leave him in like next year. I think his contract's up, but a good replacement would be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So it'll be Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic at the center, and then, I don't know, Wilson Chandler and Kenneth Faried, or maybe Gary Harris at the 3, and then Kenneth Faried, but I don't know. So, at number 15, the Washington Wizards. I think that they will take Mitchell Robinson. I'm pretty sure he's in high school still, but he's probably one of the best shot blockers in this draft class, and I think that he has a lot of potential. And therefore, I think that the Washington Wizards would take a chance on this guy, because they have probably one of the worst front courts for a team that actually made the playoffs this year. So, yeah, that leads us going to number 16. The number 16 pick is the Phoenix Suns, because they traded with the Miami Heat. Not sure who they got out of that, but I'll probably remember if I just think about it, but they got it from the Heat, and I think that they'll take Aaron Holiday, probably because they just don't have a point guard except for Alfred Payton. But yet again, one of those point guards that I don't know if they're going to be good like 2 to 3 years down the road, like Emmanuel Mudiay. But I think Aaron Holiday will be a good player. Suns have Tyler Ulis, yet another point guard that I don't know where he's going to be, where he's going to end up. So I think Aaron Holiday is a good selection here. So that's pretty much it, because they don't really have a good all-star point guard, and I think this could be that point guard for them. So yeah. Alright guys, so this is probably the part of the predictions list where I just start to go completely downhill, but At number 17, the Milwaukee Bucks. One of probably the best players still available at this point, Lonnie Walker from Miami. Lonnie Walker the fourth, I'm pretty sure. But this app that I'm using, Mockout, that I have my MacBook open, doesn't have IV at the end of his name, but I know that he's the fourth. So probably the best player still available at this point. Yeah. I mean, Chris Middleton, he's probably going to start regressing soon. Same with Eric Bledsoe, so I think they should try to get a point guard maybe in the second round. Maybe someone like Devontae Graham, Jalen Brunson, even my boy Javon Carter from WVU, but who knows? I think they can afford Bledsoe for another year, then they're going to really need a point guard after that. So, yeah. And then number 18, the San Antonio Spurs. They're known for like getting these picks right. So I think going in the theme with that, I think Troy Brown is a good fit for this team. They took Derek White and DeJounte Murray. They haven't been showing too many signs, but I think Troy Brown could actually do a lot for this team because they don't really have a backcourt whatsoever. I mean, if they get rid of Kawhi Leonard, their best player is going to be LaMarcus Aldridge and Pau Gasol. Two old, kind of overrated players at this point. And Troy Brown, I think he could play the 3 as well as the 2. So, who knows? And I think, like, this is one player that a lot of people don't really know about. And I've paid attention to him a bit, but I think he's an alright player for the Spurs. So, I'm going to go with him. And then one player at number 19 for the Atlanta Hawks. I don't want him to drop this far down in the draft because I think he's a talented player. I think maybe he's in someone like the Clippers could use a player like this. But Zaire Smith from Texas Tech, I am not really sure. I haven't watched him a lot. Same with a lot of these players coming up. But I think just an athletic shooting guard, small forward guy that could play for them, Zaire Smith. So, yeah. Then they'll have Dennis Schroeder, Zaire Smith, Kent Bazemore. They could probably sign or draft. I think they have another pick where I chose a power forward for them, which is like the last pick in this first round. And they have Mohamed Bamba, so this is going to be a good team, especially if they get some higher draft picks down the road, but who knows. And then at number 20, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Last year they traded down to get Jimmy Butler, but I honestly think that they should have kept that pick and took Lauri Markkanen. And he definitely showed that because Markkanen actually played really well this rookie season. So Timberwolves could have had Dunn, Levine, Wiggins, Markkanen, and Towns. Just imagine that. That would have been crazy. But instead, they ended up with Justin Patton last year. And this year, I think they're going to take someone like Chimezie Metu, the power forward / center from the University of Southern California, aka USC. Now, I haven't watched him, but his name has definitely been up there with some of the good power forwards, like big men in this draft class. Well, in like the late first round type big men, but who knows? I think they'll take someone like that. The Minnesota Timberwolves just probably just screw up this pick. Same with Justin Patton last year, but who knows? So at number 21 is the Utah Jazz. I know they have Joe Ingles at the small forward, but let's be real, he's probably not going to be too good in like 3 years, and he's probably going to be worthless at that point. So I'm going to take, for Utah, their prediction, I think they're going to take Dzanan Musa. I don't know where he's from, and I know he's like an international star or something, pretty good. So I think that they'll need someone like that in a couple of years once Joe Ingles just fades off the face of the earth. So, yeah, and then I've heard a lot of reports about the Chicago pick. I don't know why people really make a big deal about the Chicago pick, but I think they're going to take Chandler Hutchinson, the small forward from Boise State, which giving them a starting lineup of Dunn, Levine, Chandler Hutchinson, Lauri Markkanen, and Jaren Jackson Jr., which is probably going to be pretty good next year. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Indiana Pacers. They ended up doing really good. I think they got the number 5 seed this year. on the backs of Miles Turner and Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis, who's been doing pretty good. So I think a good addition for this team is Keita Bates-Diop. He really helped the Ohio State basketball program a lot, and they helped them get to like the number 5 seed in their division or whatever in the NCAA tournament. And I think they lost to Gonzaga though, but who knows in the second round. But who really cares? He's a really good player. I've watched him a bit, and he's just an athletic freak, and I think I'm excited for this generation. A lot more of athletic young players coming into this league and dominating straight off the bat. It's like not like a LeBron James type, but like someone who's athletic that can definitely help a team going, like Oladipo and Miles Turner and those guys. They're pretty good, and I think that Keita Bates-Diop will fit. And now all they need is like a point guard, and they'll be good. So yeah. And at number 24, the Portland Trailblazers, I think they will take Hamidou Diallo. He's a shooting guard, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty tall, so he can play the 3 for them. And then they have Yusuf Nurkic, and then Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. And then, I don't know, Caleb Swanigan, I'm pretty sure you guys remember him from last year, the guy from Purdue. My dad actually likes him a bit because of that he was on Sunday Morning and a bunch of other news outlets for being, like, overweight as a kid. But, like, if he can have a bounce-back second year and actually become a decent NBA player, I would really like to see that. And I think that they should start him. But they'll probably just start someone like Al-Farouq Aminu or something. So, yeah, that's why I think that they'll take Hamidou Diallo, because they don't really have a small forward. And I think that that'll be a good fit for their team. Yeah. Alright, so at number 25, the LA Lakers. This pick doesn't really mean a lot. They're probably not going to take LiAngelo Ball. And if he doesn't get drafted at all, then I think that the LA Lakers should just sign him like a minimum at least. You've got to take LiAngelo Ball at some point. Like, there's no reason to leave him hanging. Like, he's only going to get better with his brother, so I don't know. But I think with this pick, they'll take Bruce Brown, the shooting guard from Miami. And then at number 26, Philadelphia 76ers. I think another Villanova native, Dante DiVincenzo, the guy who played really well in the national championship. And he also played really well in the game that I went to go see. Like, him and Mikal Bridges were on fire at that game. And just imagine what they'll do in the NBA. Like, watching that team play, I definitely saw a lot of good things, and they ended up winning the national championship, so they obviously are good. And then these two guys on the same team. And then imagine if they can snag, like, Jalen Brunson late in the second round, and then take someone like, oh wait, never mind. I don't know, but I think I have Omari Spellman going later in this draft, so stay tuned. And then at number 27, a guy who came up probably because of the NCAA tournament as well, Moritz Wagner, or Mo Wagner from Michigan, the center. I think he'll go to Boston at number 27. This will be a alright fit. I mean, for not trading up and getting Jaren Jackson Jr., I think this is a good replacement. And the fact that they already have Al Horford, which is not an all-star like he was, but he's still pretty good, and he played well in the postseason. And I think him and Moritz Wagner could do well. So yeah. And then Golden State, I've actually heard a lot about this pick, because for the first time in forever, the team that actually won the championship has a first-round pick. So I think with this pick that they will take Grayson Allen from Duke. I just think that they'll take this guy. If they were actually smart, they would take the guy who I predicted to go next, which is at number 29, the Brooklyn Nets, Anthony Simons from the IMG Academy. I think he'll actually do decent in the NBA, but he's in Brooklyn, so yeah. If he leaves Brooklyn, I think he'll be decent, but if he stays in Brooklyn for his entire career, which he shouldn't, yeah, he'll probably suck. But who knows? Maybe they'll get someone good next year and then the year after that. But who knows? So that leaves us number 30 with Omari Spellman. I think that's who that Atlanta Hawks should take, and then leaving them with a starting lineup of Dennis Schroeder, Zaire Smith, Kent Bazemore, Omari Spellman, and Mo Bamba. And I think that'll be a good starting lineup for them if they actually choose to make that their starting lineup. But who knows? I mean, it's the NBA. It's not my job to make starting lineups. It's their job. So, yeah, that's basically the entire first round. And I'm just gonna stop there because it's my predictions probably aren't gonna be one bit right for the second round. And remember, like I did the second round last year, and I didn't get a single person right in the second round last year. So it's pretty much a waste of time and energy to do the second round. I've done a mock draft, so I guess I'll just screenshot that and put that at the end, what I want to happen. If you guys want to see my mock draft, just keep watching the video. I'll screenshot it and put it at the end. So, yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed my first round predictions, and I hope you guys agree with my mock draft. If you don't, just leave it in the comments. I really could care less. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and of course, see y'all. Yes.